I think you want to take a nap.
Okay, we got some questions coming up.
All right, let's go. Well, let me brush my hair real quick.
We're gonna brush our hair now.
Excuse me.
So,
Coughing in the mic.
let me get
All
my
right.
microphone so you can hear me.
Yeah. Oh, should I sit here?
Yeah, that's nice. Nice in there. I mean,
Is this a good spot?
Little office space.
You close behind me.
What was that movie where the guy had an office in an elevator?
Oh gosh, I don't know the name of that movie, but it is the guy that is on.
Hilarious.
What is that show with the detectives? I don't know. He's normally in a very different role. What's that show that he's normally on? That one. Oh God. Anyways, I'm not gonna think of either show he's on, so this isn't gonna be helpful to you guys. But anyways, this movie is so damn funny if I could remember the name of it, because the guy has his whole office in an elevator, but you don't realize it at first. You think he just has a really small office until both the doors open and someone comes in to use the elevator. It's like the funniest damn movie. And what's funny about it is they had to film this, which is super difficult to film in an elevator. It's hard, it's a small space. So, Richard, where'd you go? I thought you did any questions. I can't see what they're saying. You haven't turned away from me, so I can't see. Hello, everyone.
I thought you were telling a story about Gloria.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I know. I thought you were, I thought this was Q&A.
But for everybody else.
Oh, so tell the story.
Well, just real quick, just
Okay.
like 1 minute. They saw the video.
Right, okay.
But for those who didn't see the
Okay.
video.
Well, and also the
Hey, hold
video
on,
wasn't
wait, pause. Jeffrey Shriver's here. 1999.
Hey,
hold on,
here we
guys.
go.
Here I come.
Oh, this is going to be really close. It's a little too close.
It's okay. I'll just be all right. Ready?
Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, get down tonight. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, get down tonight. Thank you, Jeffrey. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Cook a little beef, eat a little eggs, smoke weed tonight, smoke weed tonight. Cook a little beef, eat a little eggs, smoke weed tonight, smoke weed tonight.
Thank you.
What was that show that guy was on? What is that judge show? That one that, the one where they go and they find the criminals.
Hi, smart girl.
They're the prosecutors or whatever. That really famous.
Which one is it?
Law, something law.
LA Law?
LA Law. That's
Yeah.
what he's on. LA Law. That was a funny.
Okay. Let's see.
Anyways.
Who has questions for Joy? I'm here.
Oh wait, no, I haven't told the story yet.
Oh, tell the story.
So Gloria, what her routine?
Hey, Joe from the grave. Thank you. Grave digger.
Oh, hey.
With $1.99 super sticker. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and tell the story now.
Okay. Gloria's kind of routine when she gets 2 checks. She gets one for Annette that comes around the 1st, and then she gets one for herself that comes around the 17th and 19th-ish. And the first one is the $960 for Annette, and then the other one is the $2,000 that she gets. So they're both Social Security, but one is a Social Security supplement for Annette, and one is for her. So like, whenever those checks came, her routine was she would go to the bank and take out a good portion of the check, like anywhere between $200 to $400 of a $900 check. That's a huge portion of it, and usually like $400. So her brain, I guess, was just churning the last couple of days thinking that check must be in, you know. So instead of talking to us, I heard her on the phone talking to her sister, and she was basically telling her sister to come on over, and they were going to go to the bank and they were going to go gambling. And I'm like, Richard, Gloria thinks she's going to go gambling with her sister today and thinks they're going to go to the bank and get money out of her account when it's overdrafted. But also, this is like insane that like she wants to do this behind our back, like not talk to us about this. I mean, we're paying the bills. Like, there is no like money that's out there. There never was. She always gambled away the money that was supposed to be for her bills. So that's why she thinks there's this money, because she always used the money that was supposed to be for the bills. That's why she was in foreclosure, and all of her bills were like maxed to the gills, and they were, you know, putting liens on the house due to like bills, like utility bills. So, like the garbage and stuff. So what happened is I had Richard go out there and talk to her. And it was just crazy because the whole thing was just this sad, really messed up thing, because Gloria's sisters and brother and father are all degenerate gamblers. Like they've lost everything to gambling. They've lost their relationships, they've lost their houses, they've lost everything. So her sister now lives in like a really crappy apartment with her husband, and like her grandkids and stuff are all like in the same house in an apartment, when they used to have like a big home and stuff. Like they have like her daughter and the grandkids and all them like living in an apartment. It's really bad. So I mean, they've downsized due to gambling. Gloria thinks like this is okay, and Gloria was headed in that direction if we didn't step in. And so what frustrated me is that like still with everything going on, like you're still considering gambling. And so what happened is when Richard talked to her, she's like, well, it's only $100, which for one thing, it would never only be $100, but only $100 is a big statement to make, because $100 is a lot of money. And when her account is overdrafted $173 for the HOA, which I have a note here, which I forgot. 173, that came out. We didn't really forget. We were waiting on, so we sold a website and we were waiting on this check, and that's how we were going to pay for that. But that check hadn't even come, and Gloria was going to be off to the bank. And guess what would have happened if she went to the bank and there was no money? She then would have gone to the casino and wrote a bum check. So like if we didn't stop this, we'd now have at least a $200 check floating out there that would bounce. And then the DA on Gloria's asking. And so when we got here, we had to pay a bunch to the DA for Gloria because she had bounced checks all over town. And they were all to the casinos and to Smith's, the grocery store. So the grocery store would let her write checks, and the casinos was like, who lets people write checks these days? Because they let little old ladies. And until she started bouncing them, so I don't know if they'd let her anymore. But what was sad was her sister is such a degenerate gambler that their little routine would be, Gloria would say, I got my check, let's go gambling. And so her sister would bring over a bunch of free food, because her sister goes to the food banks. This isn't like food that her sister bought. This is food bank food that her sister is just giving the stuff that she doesn't even want from the food bank. It's like her sister goes to the food bank, takes the stuff she wants, and then just discards everything else and gives that to Gloria. So she would bring over that stuff, and she'd be like, okay, this is basically like Gloria in her mind is like, oh, my sister is giving me food, so it's okay if I go spend all this money at the casino because now I have this food. That's what she always did all the time. So that she felt like, oh, I have food for Annette. One thing, it's just garbage food. There's no like protein. It's complete garbage. There was no protein. It's literally, it was tons of apples, 2 bags of, 1 bag of red apples. Red apples are the most disgusting apples. I don't know who eats red apples. I've tried, and I'm like, who eats a red apple? And then the green apples, the greenest apples, those ones are the next level of grossness after that. Then 2 bags of frozen apples. Then applesauce. Then fat-free milk containers, and a bunch of cans of veggies and applesauce. And rice, some split pea, like dry split peas, some like dry beans, lima beans and things like that. So nothing would have been, that's why that day they still had to go to Taco Bell. There was nothing of any substance that she brings over. Oh, she brought some ho-hos, I think, little Debbie thing. Yeah, a couple of things like that. But so Gloria would have, if we didn't stop her, if we didn't live here, she would have taken her $960 and spent anywhere from $200 to $400 that day with her sister.
Okay.
Because what she would normally do is at least give $100 to each of them, $100 to her, $100 to her sister, but usually it was $200 each.
Okay, thank you for all patiently waiting to listen to the background. I know a lot of you have heard the backdrop, but imagine that we're doing a press conference Q&A, and a lot of people here have not heard the story or even know what's going on. So for those of you who have been following us for a long time, thank you for being so polite in helping those understand backstory before Joy starts answering questions. So I'll take the first question.
But here's the issue for those of you who are unaware of the new people. Gloria is the reason
not a
we live
question.
here. Wait, the reason we live here is because Gloria gambled away all of the money and almost killed Annette due to her gambling addiction and the abuse and neglect. So now, after we've been here a year and a half, she was going to go behind our back to gamble money that didn't exist. She was going to write a bum check to make it exist. That then we would have to deal with.
I have a question. So PB111 is telling everyone that there's a lawsuit from Gloria against you for fraud.
Well, that's just
Really?
a lie.
Yeah, see, they
just a
spread
lie.
a lot of lies.
Okay, some of these people we unblocked. We'll just
Should I block them if they start spreading lies? Okay.
Saying things like that.
Sorry,
'cause
if you
that's
just lie,
nonsense. That's
you
just
have
a
to go.
lie, so it's just stupid.
Yeah, obviously
just a
Gloria's
lie.
not getting a lawyer and suing us.
For one thing, Gloria doesn't have a dime. If we didn't live here, Gloria would be homeless. And if I leave tomorrow, Gloria will be homeless.
Right.
Because she will not be able to pay her bills.
Allegedly, write back checks. I didn't hear Gloria say she wrote bad checks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can look that up.
the
Okay,
DA
so
did.
questions.
The
So
DA
questions
did.
about the videos, guys.
The DA said Gloria wrote bad checks.
Yeah, where's the letter? Show them the DA
Yeah,
letter.
I'll go get it. You want me to get the DA paperwork?
I got it.
Well, it's in the garage. Oh, do you know where it is? Does Gloria have it handy? Otherwise, it's in the garage. There's so much paperwork. Gloria used to be sitting in C as the paperwork. I can't see if you guys' questions are. He has the other way. But, yeah. There's no lawsuit, you guys. You don't understand. I am working to pay Gloria's bills. Gloria will have nothing without me. So Gloria knows that she has an issue. That's why she actually wants us to be here. Whether she's happy about it or not, because she can't go gambling or not.
Does Gloria have a channel?
Yeah. Gloria wants to talk to you guys for about 3 minutes, and then she's like, basically, F you, if you guys haven't noticed.
That's not a question, detective, but he's making the statement, they won't give her $1. Answer that.
Oh, actually, we offered to put it on CashApp. We said you can have the money on CashApp because we have CashApp that people send us, and we'll put it on your CashApp. She said no to CashApp. She only wants cash because she's a gambling addict. And sorry, we can't let her gamble the money that we need to pay the bills. Sorry, can't happen.
That's what she's been doing.
That's what she's been doing all the time. That's why we live here, so that she doesn't keep doing that. But she can have as much money as she wants on Cash App. She doesn't want anything to do with a card. She only wants cash because she only wants to gamble. We get her everything she needs, and we would give her anything she wants on Cash App. She literally turns down Cash App. When Richard says you want it on Cash App, she says no.
She could go shopping at the grocery
She
store?
could go shopping.
She could go buy
I'd
clothes?
love for her to go shopping and take some of the stress and burden off me. She won't go
Unless
it's
cash.
cash. Because if she has cash, she's going to the casino. She'll go do the gambling at the Smiths. They have the games in the casino. I mean, in the grocery store. That's what she'll do if she has cash.
Does Gloria drive?
No. That's what she called her sister. Gloria can't see.
He-Man, you lie.
Gloria can barely see.
You can say Joy lies, but we're out here with the
He-Man
channel.
needs to go.
He-Man's got to go
We
now?
already thought we
Okay.
shouldn't unblock He-Man.
Yeah,
so.
okay.
Yeah, that one's good.
Joy, see, there are a lot of people that just liars that love attention.
Right, and they're just annoying because we don't want a channel of lies. We tell the truth, and we don't need people commenting lies. We don't want anyone lying. Not the comments, not us. We don't lie, we tell the truth, so we don't want people lying on our channel. So if you're spreading misinformation, you're gone.
Yeah.
Even if it's like wrong information about nutrition, any of that, you gotta go. Because if you're putting that on my channel, I don't want that on my channel. You gotta go. So.
Oh, hey, Chels. That'd be the first I've heard of it. So don't you think that if there was a lawsuit against me?
Yeah, that one's gotta go.
Okay.
I already knew that Chels one has to go.
Yeah, she's a troublemaker. So just so you know, if there was a lawsuit against us, we would know it. And we tell you everything. We show you.
Yeah,
We basically
there's a
show you
lawsuit
us
against-
vomiting.
No, there's actually lawsuits against Gloria for her not paying her bills. So get it straight, you guys. There's no lawsuits against us. There's lawsuits against Gloria for all of her credit card debts.
Who gets paid to take care of Annette?
No one. No one, because Gloria never became her caretaker, because Gloria didn't want to be held responsible, because Gloria doesn't care about her daughter. She didn't want to be held liable for anything Annette did. I would take on that responsibility if they would let me, but we're not changing anything because it's set up with Gloria's supplemental Social Security. That's the only thing that she gets. It's not a caretaker thing. It's just like I don't even know what it is. but it's not, because I was trying to say, isn't there anything where like she has any sort of like obligation to not neglect and abuse her because she's getting paid? And they were like, no, it's not that. It's nothing like that. She's not being paid as like a caretaker. Because that's what I tried to do when I first got here. I was like, can't Gloria at least get in trouble for the fact that she was being paid and then was neglecting and abusing Annette? And they're like, no, because that's just her supplemental Social Security. It doesn't have to do with Annette's disability. So Gloria was, that's why we had to step in and actually do this so Annette didn't die. Otherwise, Annette would die. And it's proof 2 days ago that if we weren't here, Gloria still would have been back at the casino. So Annette would be dead by now. Annette would be dead if we weren't here by now, because she was on her deathbed a year and a half ago. If we didn't step in, she would have been dead by now. I would say 100%. For one thing, her teeth were hurt her so bad. It was excruciating pain. They were rotting out of her. People can die from tooth pain. Did you know that? The pain from teeth can be so excruciating that it can be overwhelming, the amount of like stress and that it puts on your hormones and stuff. Because that amount of pain, nerve pain, people used to die before we had dentists because it's too much pain. You can't take nerve pain. Nerve pain is not, it's not something like it's a tolerance thing. It's like, no, it's too much. Like you can't handle it. And it was on all of her nerves in her teeth. She would scream every day, all night long, all day long, because of her teeth. And her feet, the fungus was crawling up her legs, the stuff that we've been working on with her feet. It used to be a million times. Her one toe had a fungus like this long off of it that I've had to like grind off of her. I think we took her to a foot doctor and all he said was just to do what we're doing, just put the creams and use that little tool. That was like the only thing they could do for her feet when they were awful. I was like, that's all the advice you can give us. That's all you guys can do for her feet. Like, oh, you just gotta like make sure to keep, putting the lotions and scraping the stuff out. It was crazy. So we did that. She doesn't let us do it that often anymore, but early on we were doing it a lot. But now she's a little bit more independent. So the longer she's been on her meds, the more independent she is.
Next question. Yeah, okay, that's not a question, Grandmama. Grandmama said, I thought Rich was a problem, and now I think Jerome is Joy. Okay, that's good. And Presley.
That's the one we just unblock. You block them again.
Okay. Janet, I'm here. Don't be rude. Just hush.
Hey, is that Janet Warren?
Yeah, I think Janet Warren's here.
Janet
Hey, sweet.
Bum, bum,
By the
bum.
way, Janet
Good
Warren has out there
time.
been fighting the good fight for us on the board. She says it's so frustrating. She's scared to comment because they're so mean.
I know, aren't they awful?
So I said,
I
well,
don't even understand when all we do is take care of Annette, who has schizoaffective disorder. Like, I don't even understand how people can be so awful. Like, I don't understand how they could even be mad at us. Like, I honestly, it boggles my brain. Like, I'm like, I don't understand. I didn't see this coming. We didn't see it coming with the Raider Nation either, but that was a little more understandable because we sang the Raider Nation song, and then I was a white girl, and it's a very black community of the Raider Nation, and they didn't want this little white girl singing their song. That I understood. We got a ton of hate. We got like 1 million views and a ton of hate. But this, we're helping Annette, my sister-in-law, who was dying. And now we've stepped in and we've fixed up the house. We've made everyone's life better. The only thing Gloria can't do is go gambling. That's all she can't do. She can do anything else, but that's all she wants to do. Well, that's if it was heroin, should we let her have heroin? I mean, it's like you guys act like it's okay because she's a gambling addict. Her gambling addiction was the worst addiction I have ever seen. If she was on a drug, she'd be dead. That's how much of an addict she is. If it was a drug addiction, Gloria would have OD'd years ago. She went so strong with her gambling addiction. But since it couldn't kill her, it could only almost kill her daughter, you guys see it as okay. Do you understand? Gloria's gambling addiction was one of the worst addictions I have ever seen, even in a movie. Because, and even to this day, she won't even admit she had a problem. She still, when we caught her trying to go with her sister, she still will say she was not going gambling. Today, she will say she was not going gambling. We're like, well, then what were you doing with your sister that now she will not go when you do not have cash? We said you could take money on the CashApp if you guys were just going to lunch. But as soon as you two couldn't have cash, your sister didn't even want to get out of her car. And now she's all of a sudden sick. Oh, my sister don't feel good. Yeah, because you two can't have cash. I'm sorry, but if that was someone on heroin, you would definitely keep cash from them. Or on meth, or on any serious drug, on an opiate, you would say don't give them cash so that they can go to their dealer. Gloria's dealer is the casino. They can't take her CashApp card. She doesn't understand she can get cash off of it. Thank goodness she hasn't figured that out. She knows her debit card she can. That's why we give her the CashApp. She doesn't realize the same thing. But if she ever figures it out, then we're in trouble with that too. So I'm telling you, this is someone that has the most serious addiction that she threw away her entire life, her 3 children's life, her husband's life for her addiction. Okay? And you guys are like, oh, it's okay because it's gambling and not heroin or something, or meth, or alcohol. I'm like, how is it better when she spent more money than you even could on a drug? The amount she spent gambling, she couldn't have done that much drugs. She would be dead. With the amount of drugs, of the equal amount of money, she'd be dead if it was drugs. But the amount she could spend gambling, because gambling is it's an insane amount that can go. You can't do enough drugs that you can gamble away. Does that make sense? It's a button, blah, 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 blah. You'd have to get the drugs, you'd have to do the drugs. It's a lot more of a process. And she'd OD. She can't OD gambling. It can just go and go and go. And there's no limit for her. There's no end. There's nothing. When she wins, that doesn't end. She then brings it right back. It's just, she is a degenerate gambler. I don't know if you guys understand it. They have pamphlets at the casino for, do you have a gambling issue? That's Gloria's entire family are degenerate gamblers. Her one sister is banned from every casino in Vegas. And her husband used to be VP at Venetian. And his wife was banned from every casino because of her gambling problem. And Gloria's nephew did a bunch of fraud at the casinos too, because when they work, they're also scammers. So you guys call us the scammers. No, we're the legit ones. Gloria and her family. Gloria literally lied to our face, manipulated, tried to go behind our back to go gamble. And you guys are saying, I'm the scammer when I'm paying her bills. I've never scammed anyone in my life. Can you guys say that? Because I never have.
Okay. Quick question. Grandmama says,
This
okay,
gets hot. I
fine.
gotta switch. This is sweating my bums here.
Okay.
It's a leather chair.
Is it too hot in this room?
Yeah, I gotta get out of this room.
Let's move. Let's agree to move. Get a little stuffy in the closet.
Oof.
Joy's going to come out of the closet today.
Coming out of the closet.
You guys are witnessing it on live stream.
Here I am. Just came out of the closet.
Okay.
So I'm bisexual.
Okay. Okay,
That's
so
not a
hold on.
though.
Glam Mama has a question. And her question
That's one of them ones we just unblocked.
yeah, well, she wants to know,
Troll.
hey, if Gloria is the devil, then why don't you and Rich just take Annette and get a place on your own?
Because Annette loves her mom. That's the bottom line. Annette loves Gloria. It's her mother.
We don't want to separate the
We
family.
don't want to separate her from her mother. Believe me. No,
That's-
honestly, the day Gloria dies will be a good day for this family. And I don't mean that like I'm wishing, I'm just saying it'll be better for us all because she doesn't bring any positivity to this family. She only brings us all down. But we're stuck with her. We're not going to abandon her. So the day that she passes will be a good day for us to all be able to move on and probably be able to move out of this house and Annette can finally grow because Gloria brings her down.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Gloria is, only the good die young. She's probably going to live to 120. She'll probably outlive me because just out of spite. I don't look like she's going anytime soon. She's like going to the gym every day and healthy as an ox. So,
by the way, they're freaking out about the comment that when Gloria dies, it'll be a good day. Hold on.
It will.
And please,
Sorry.
Joy, be better than that. Please, Joy, please, please, please.
Hey, guess what, you guys? Not everyone that dies is a good person. Do y'all ever realize that? Not everyone that dies is a good person.
That's a fact.
That's a fucking fact. And Gloria will be one of those people. She neglected and abused her daughter for 12 years to gamble with her sister. She beat her son in front of her daughter, is why Annette's really messed up in the head and really traumatized because she had to watch Gloria abuse Richard his entire childhood. So the day that she dies, her 2 children will be free of their abuser. That will be a good day for this family. And I will say that at her funeral. Because I'm not a liar, and I don't ever get up and tell lies just because someone dies.
Okay, next question, you guys. Good question. Let's see, who else got a legit question here? Hey, Joy, where did you learn this, like how to freak out and get so upset and scare people like that? Did anybody ever do that to you? Have you ever had?
I don't freak out and get upset and scare people. One thing, Gloria isn't scared of me at all. She laughs at me when I yell at her. And I didn't learn this from anyone. I had to deal with Gloria for 12 years. I never once yelled at Gloria.
You were pretty passive when I met you.
I never yelled at anybody until living in this house and having to fend for Annette. I only yell to protect Annette. And that's the only reason I've ever yelled, was to protect Annette or to protect Richard. It's the only 2 people I ever yell about. And only 2 people I ever have yelled about. And the only 2 people I will yell about. Because I don't give a crap about the rest of you all enough to yell. I only yell when I care. So I was taught love by my mother and my father. And when I show love to 2 people that were abused, and the abuser continues to abuse them, I'm not going to be super sweet and soft to the abuser when she won't acknowledge it and still tries to abuse them every day.
Okay. LC win a black dress. She's an anti-sex worker. Would like to know, was your mom a good person, Joy?
Yes, my mom was a good person. She was the best person. She killed herself because she felt she wasn't a good enough person. That, like, people that kill themselves actually are people that are good people because they feel that they're not good enough. Someone that's an arrogant asshole would never kill themselves because they think they're too good to die. My mom didn't think highly of herself. She didn't think enough of herself, but she was a wonderful person. And it's sad that she didn't ever realize what a good person she was. That's why she killed herself. But someone like Gloria would never kill herself because she thinks too highly of herself. Which is a good thing. I'm not saying someone should kill themselves, but I'm saying that's a totally different character of a woman.
Hold on.
So I'm not used to the character of Gloria. I'm used to the character of a mother.
Right.
I had a mother. She's just a woman. She's not a mother.
Right. I'm going to interject real quick. Em Presley's back. She's spreading lies. She's saying that she has somebody literally recording us at every dispensary we go to, saying how much we spend.
Block that person.
Okay.
Oh, we only go to one dispensary anyways, and we haven't gone in a really long time.
And it's illegal to record in a dispensary.
And you can't record a dispensary. So, yeah, I don't know why we unblock some of these people.
Yeah,
we
they just lie.
Really
Because the other channel, what they do is they talk about us with lies to get views.
We just really thought that we would give people a second chance, but it's just such stupidity. It's just like such stupidity. If you guys came in with like something of like intelligence, but it's such stupid lies that we can't even take your stupidity. It's like, it's not even annoying. It's like, it's stupid. It's just like, it's like so childish. It'd be like, annoying would be if it was like valid and like, oh wow, that's a good point. This is just like immature and stupid. Like, it's like, really? Okay, block, you're just immature and stupid. We can't even handle with your level of stupidity.
Okay.
So below everyone else in the room.
Mother's SOS has a question. Do you ever feel you take your anger out on Gloria for your mother's passing?
No, I do not feel so, because I was never ever angry at Gloria until I saw what she did to Annette living here. I actually used to be so nice to Gloria and be so like, well, I don't have a mom. I really view you as a mom. Like, I really latched on to Gloria like that in the past. Like, of like, I view you as a mom. Thank you for being a mom. And she used to say, it's so nice to have a daughter because I don't really have a daughter, is what she would say. That's what she would say about Annette. All those years, she's like, it's so nice to have a daughter because I don't really have one. She would tell me that over and over, and I never really thought about how rude that was because I didn't interact with Annette very much because Gloria kept us away. She would literally send Annette out whenever we came over. But the first time I ever yelled at Gloria was when I found out the house was in foreclosure after she was telling us she was paying her rent. That's where her mortgage. So she said all the money had been going was to her mortgage and she hadn't paid it in like 4 years. And I was like...
Which is insane.
Which is insane. That was like right after we had just gotten the approval for the lower amount by paying her. Well, listen, She hadn't paid in years and years and years and years, like 6 years prior to that. We got a lawyer for 2 years, however many years it was, 5 years, and then lawyer for 2 years. Then they got an approval for it to be $1,300 a month, and Gloria agreed upon that. Then she didn't pay. So now it's back to $2,200. But she kept lying to us for like 4 years after we had paid for her lawyer and said she was paying. Why she would need money is she would say, because I paid my mortgage, I have no money. That's what she told us every single time she asked for money. Every single time. She said, I had to pay my mortgage, that's why I have no money. I had to pay my mortgage, that's why. Every single time. For 4 years, that's what we heard. And when I moved in here, when we realized what was going on, and she hadn't paid in 4 years, when we'd been giving her money because she'd been paying her mortgage, I lost it. And she was still saying she was paying her mortgage when they were giving her like a 2-week notice to get out of the house. She was going to argue with them when they were coming with the moving truck to get her out of here that she was paying her mortgage. So there is a little bit of an insanity there. But the thing is, people are like, oh, well, she's mentally disabled. No, we have no diagnosis for Gloria. She's just a gambling addict. That's our only diagnosis for her. She has never had any sort of anything. I mean, she went to school. She went to college. She worked at her husband's stores, mostly. She worked for a singer when she was very young as a seamstress. But, I mean, she has a college degree and stuff. So don't tell me she doesn't know anything. She chooses to stick her head in the sand and then be like, oh, I don't know. But the other day when we talked to her about this, she did not claim she didn't know what was going on with the money and stuff. It was just like, oh, she had different excuses of where the money went. And when we asked her about the gambling, she lied to our face that she was going gambling. And it was so frustrating because we're like, really? You weren't going gambling with your sister? Then why didn't you want to go as soon as you couldn't have cash? We were even going to give you a CashApp card. You guys could have gone to lunch if you were really going to take your sister to lunch. No, you're a liar. They're liars. They're both liars. And what frustrates me is when we're trying to get the healthy family force, when you have someone who is continually lying inside the household, it makes it extremely difficult to stay healthy. When you have one person that everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie, when we're all being honest and trying to figure out what's going on, and then we have one person literally lying and trying to take money from this household and gamble it and give it to her sister's household, basically. Give her sister at least $100 to $200 of the money that we don't even have, that we're trying to get from you guys. She was going to go take and give to her sister to gamble, her and her sister. And she's livid that she couldn't do that when we didn't even have that money for her to do in the first place. But even if we did, do you see how it doesn't make sense when we're struggling here for her and her sister to be gambling?
Hey, okay, here's a comment. They're saying, mother, picture this being your mother-in-law, but hey, mother-in-law, picture you beating your daughter, your mentally ill daughter, and spending every dime you have and going homeless and giving everything to a bunch of gambling addicts.
And then having your house full of rats and bed bugs and infested with all kinds of stuff. And she hoarded, there was not even a floor in this house when we came in. You couldn't barely walk. You had to dodge between mice and boxes the entire house. There was no walkway in this house. And it was so bad, cops were freaked out. They didn't want to come in this house. They said, can we meet outside? It was such a horror house.
Hold on, I have to pause.
I just want to say, anybody that seriously argues with us, I really want you to go check your mental, saneness. Because if you cannot see that we have stepped in to save Annette's life, and if you are still arguing with me about this, you need to go check if you are sane or not, because you are more crazy than Gloria.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't even know why you even asked those questions to me. I mean, is there any that are like normal instead of just literally nonsense?
Well, I think that's the deal. Is that it's going to be the ones like defending, but just so you know, if you guys defend a child abuser, that means you support child abuse.
Yeah, you guys are
if you
abusers.
Defend Gloria,
you're an abuser.
Everyone who defends
Gloria. And an addict. You're an addict and an abuser. Because she's an addict and an abuser. So you're either one or the other or both. Which are you? An addict, an abuser, or all the above? Because if you're on Gloria's side, you're one of the two, if not both. Because otherwise, why in the world would you support an addict and an abuser when other people are coming in to help the person who is being abused.
Oh, yes, we do, mothers. Because we're defending Annette. You're confusing defending Annette with attacking Gloria. You think that we should give Gloria a pass. Let her continue to
She was about to go gamble the family money that we don't even have, write more bum checks, so we'd have to deal with the DA and write checks to the DA on her behalf because she has no money. You won't understand, this is coming out of our money. She has no money. So she was going to try to take money that didn't exist, so it would have to come from us because we'd have to pay the overdraft when she wrote bum checks, and we'd have to pay the DA. So she was going to try to screw over the family even more than she already has over the last 81 years of her existence just 2 days ago. And you guys are like, oh, give her a pass. Give her a pass. If we didn't stop her, we'd be dealing with bum checks again. And another $200 to $400 that we'd have to deal with in bum checks. If I didn't overhear her phone conversation of her sneaking around to go to the bank with her sister. Because Gloria does this thing where she didn't ever keep track of her funds, obviously. She just went to the bank, and then if there was money in her account, she'd take it out. So that's what she was planning on doing, is going to see if there's any money at the bank. And she has her little friend there. She has a little guy she has a crush on. She goes, Eric guy. She goes, do I have any money in my account? And he goes, yes, Gloria, you do, or no, Gloria, you don't. And that's what she did until she wouldn't have money. And then she lets it overdraft. She doesn't care. She waits till the next time she has money and hopes that there'll be money. And that's what she did for years. And that's what she was hoping to do if we didn't catch her. And there never was money, because all of the money that she had was for her bills. That's why none of her bills were paid when we got here. That's why everything was like getting liens on the house for all of her bills, and then the house was in foreclosure. But she wasn't paying anything. I mean, she kept getting the electricity turned off, and then she would go pay a little amount and they'd turn it back on, but she kept thinking like the power was out for the whole neighborhood. When we first got here, the electricity had just turned off. I had to go pay. When I first got here, I had to pay $550 to Nevada Energy in person, in cash, because they wouldn't even let Gloria pay over any sort of card or online. They was like, no, you have to come in person to get her electricity turned back on when we first got here. So you guys can keep defending her, but I'm telling you, you're defending the abuser. You're defending the monster. Gloria is a monster. I don't know if you saw in that video, when she couldn't have her way, she sat there all smugly all day, like in the car, because she's all pissed because she couldn't. And then her sister was ready to go to the casino with Gloria, but as soon as she can go to the casino, now her sister don't feel good. Really, because she was about to go to the casino with you, and you guys were about to gallivant at the casino. You both were all chipper, but as soon as we took away your drug of gambling, your addiction, then you both neither of you feel good and are sulking. If Gloria was on heroin, she'd be dead with the level of her addiction. She is a degenerate gambler. This home looked like a drug addict's home because of Gloria's gambling addiction. She had let the house just go to complete shambles because all she ever did was every dime she got, she would go to the casino, and she was never home. And if she got one penny, she was running the casino. She was selling everything. She was pawning everything. She pawned Richard's grandmother's ring for we don't know how much, probably nothing. Because she's too stupid. I'm sure they gave her nothing. And she still had that when we got married. She was the only person that came to our wedding. She could have given that to me. I never thought about it. I didn't even have a wedding ring ever. Richard just got me this for our 10-year wedding anniversary. It's blue topaz. It's a $200 ring. That's the first ring I've ever had for our wedding. And Gloria still had the grandmother's ring then. She could have given it to me because her husband was dead. She could have. She didn't. I didn't think about it. But then she pawned it. She could have given us the opportunity to buy it from her too. We didn't know because she's sneaky and didn't want us to know. She lies all the time. All the time. We caught her 2 days ago gambling. She's still lying about it. She's still saying she had no intention to go gambling. I heard her on the phone saying she was going to go gambling. And when we confronted her about it, she said no. She was just going to go to lunch with her sister. But we said, okay, well, here's the CashApp for you to go to lunch with your sister. No, I don't want to. Okay, then you're a liar. You're a bold-faced liar. and you lied to our face and you tried to sneak behind our back to take money from this household that is trying to survive to take for you and your sister to go gambling, to go gallivanting. When our electricity bill, it got overdrafted and the HOA got overdrafted. That same day, Gloria wanted to go gallivanting with her sister. There is no money. And we are trying to get this channel going, which took a hit. So now that's not as great as it was. And then I'm supposed to be in New York, but I don't want to be because I want to be here taking care of Annette. So we're really struggling here. And we do not need Gloria taking anywhere from $200 to $400 to gamble, which would have been in bum checks because there was no money, which would be a whole nother issue for us. I mean, I don't even understand why this is something that I have to argue with people. How is this something that like people are like, oh, poor Gloria has lived the most lavish life of anybody ever. I want you guys to understand that. Richard's father was a millionaire multiple times. Like he made millions multiple times. And Gloria lived the most pampered, plush life. She thought that living a hard life was getting to spend about $400 a day gambling, about $400 a day at Nordstrom's, about $400 a day at the grocery store, every single day of her life. She thought that was normal. She spent more money than probably anyone ever because most people, even with more money than her, are not as wasteful as her. The woman is a bucket without a bottom. You give her money, it is gone, everything. And she destroys everything too. Like she doesn't take care of anything because she doesn't care. Because money doesn't mean anything to her because her husband just kept giving it to her. Her husband was the ultimate simp. He just like never stood up to Gloria. Just if she wanted money, he's like, fine. He didn't want to deal with her because she's a monster when you try to take money from her. And she lies and she manipulates and she like gets this negative, nasty attitude and she's conniving and vindictive. So her husband was like, fine, I'll just make more money. Okay, you can have whatever you want.
Tiffany, this is Q&A. She's responding to a question that was before. I'm sorry if it wasn't your question. But this isn't all about you, Tiffany. I know perhaps in your life, everyone treats you like the way everyone treated Gloria. Yeah. But this isn't the situation, Tiffany.
We're not talking about, we're trying to say that maybe the prima donnas need to stand the fuck down,
She's asking someone else's question. So let me
maybe the world doesn't revolve around Tiffany or Gloria.
Okay.
Okay? And maybe those two narcissists need to realize that.
Okay, are there any questions just continuing like complaining statements? I mean, you guys, we're here, you guys are complaining that there's not a Q&A, but Tiffany, everything is just a
all
statement.
It is just nasty things saying like, oh, there's lawsuits that are lies against us, or, oh, I don't understand why you get so angry at Gloria.
Or Joy, why do you complain instead of solve problems?
Yeah, my solving the problem was stepping in and taking care of this entire household. I have solved the problem. And guess what? I solved the problem 2 days ago by overhearing Gloria so that she didn't charge more stuff to the DA. Okay? I overheard that conversation so we don't have to deal with more DA fraud. That is illegal, what she does. When she goes to the casino and writes bum checks, that is a huge crime.
They were going to put her in jail.
And you guys are acting like Gloria, the little saint. If I didn't stop her 2 days ago, she was going to commit another crime. So, hey, I am stepping in to stop Gloria from committing crimes over and over again.
Explain how she would commit the crime. What would happen?
She goes to the casino knowing she has no money because she first goes to the bank and finds out she has no money. Then she goes to the casino knowing she has no money and gets a cash advance with a check from the casino, knowing there's no money in her account, which is a crime. And by the time the check comes through, it bounces. So when we got here, there was like thousands of dollars in bum checks. So the DA wanted to put Gloria in jail. I wish they would have. But instead, we paid her debt for her.
Mother's SOS says, your husband encouraged you to act like a lunatic on YouTube and talks about giving shares of his YouTube to his mods.
Oh, block that person.
Okay, well,
No,
we don't really have any mods.
No,
right?
no. That one's old. That's good. That's obviously an old troll.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We unblocked a bunch of people.
Yeah,
We're fighting out which ones need to go again.
Left? Yeah, for sure.
Now I see why we didn't want those ones. I'd rather have a small room than have those horrible people. It's just a handful. I mean, it was about 20 people, and now we're like, wow, those 20 need to stay
Okay,
blocked.
here's a question. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, Joy, are you upset because you overdrew your mom's account at least by $1,000, and she was upset with you shortly before her death?
No, because I was a 20-year-old. I wasn't 81, and I didn't have 3 kids. And it was my first time ever overdrawing my account. I was 20 years old. So thank you for bringing that up, though. That is a really nice thing. I'm really glad you brought that up, considering I have said before that I felt bad about that since my mom committed suicide. So I want you to know that whoever brought that up is the nastiest person. You're worse than Gloria, because that was a hateful comment.
So, okay, let me go back to someone else said that for whoever said that I make Joy act like a lunatic, no, you guys do. You guys are crazy. I mean, Joy
that was the nastiest thing to say right now.
That
That is the nastiest thing. I can't believe you would just say that. Do you realize what that person just said to me? They basically said, do I feel bad because I overdrafted my mom's account and she committed suicide, so that's why I'm taking it out on Gloria? Because you know what? I admitted that on here that I did feel bad about that. But guess what? That isn't why my mom committed suicide. I said that's what I felt. But there's no way my mom would commit suicide because I overdrafted her account. I said that's how it made me feel as a 20-year-old. But you're a disgusting human being to say that that's the case. And to come in here just to try to make me feel bad when all I'm doing is saving my sister-in-law. And I'm done with this.
No. Get out here.
I'm done. I'm done. That's done with Q&A.
Okay, come on. It's okay.
No, I'm done. You can talk. I'm done.
Please.
I'm done with the Q&A. I'm done.
Okay. All right, well, I don't want you to leave like this. They're going to be very upset. That's not the way I want you to end this.
I don't care. These people are horrible.
Well, it's not the way you should end it. It's not.
These are the worst human beings.
Okay, well, let me touch base with them real quick.